Hello everyone and welcome to Sunburned. Albino plays the Ace Attorney Trilogy PS4 episode 19. Oh, I don't know where we are exactly. So we talked to you. I'm sure we presented a bunch of stuff. We already talked to you about stuff. Maybe we go to the Criminal Affairs Department. No? Alright. What were you saying though? Chief of the detectives, glued to his computer screen. Why? That's not possible. The world ended yesterday. Yeah, okay. So there's nothing there. I mean, there wasn't anything else I was supposed to present to you, was there? I don't believe so. Yeah, we showed you the letter from the safe. I tried to show you the photo of your dead dad, but Maya was like, yeah, maybe don't do that. I was like, alright, I guess. I was just trying to get somewhere, you don't gotta jump down my throat. Here we go. Mr. Grossberg! Ah, hello there! What's wrong? You look troubled. No kidding, I can't believe you're not. My. Just calm down and tell me what's happened, hmm? It's Mr. Edgeworth. He... I see. So, Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father? It's only a dream. Only a dream. I wonder. What? If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled, hmm? Well... Also, consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep, he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream. It was real, as you imagined. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired, and the deed was done. Oh, I thought he just straight up shot the bullet. He threw the gun? No! I don't believe it. Yogi was suspected of murder and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus, he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close. Indeed. But if Miles was a kid, can he even really be charged with murder 15 years later? I mean, this world's all kind of messed up, so maybe? I don't know. What do you know about Edgeworth's father? He was a defense attorney without peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer, now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey. My sister? Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result? He has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. And? He lost. And died in despair, as it were. I see. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Fey. I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi. That's what he sounds like. Sorry, I know that for a fact. Yet Yogi was found innocent. That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud. That's right. Everyone thought she was, you see. But no, she wasn't. She really saw him and he really blamed it on Yanni so he could protect his son. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son? It's only a possibility, mind you, but a possibility nonetheless. Alright. Is there anything we can present you with? Letter from the safe. Oh ho! So this is the letter! It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond.
But why kill Robert Hammond?
Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own.
Huh? His own sake?
He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability.
But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter?
Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined.
Huh?
You'll understand soon enough. Wait.
What is it?
This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before. A long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this?
Yeah, I'm gonna say von Karma did it. Could it be Manfred von Karma?
Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this?
Well, I'm not sure.
Von Karma. Wait! You're right, my boy! This is von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it! I used to see it all the time on court reports.
What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was...
Correct. Manfred von Karma himself.
What does this mean, then? Why would von Karma want to frame Edgeworth?
Gregory Edgeworth? He was a gifted man. His death was truly a loss. I wonder what would have become of von Karma were he alive.
I think we just have to talk to you. Yeah, okay.
If it truly was von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty.
Oh no! But how could von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare.
That I do not know. Yet I do know that von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son.
What do you mean?
It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court and von Karma did win, but he didn't make it through the trial unscarred.
What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and von Karma?
Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused von Karma of faulty evidence, and though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood.
Faulty evidence?
It was the only penalty von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see.
Vacation?
Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting.
Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like, go to the sea or to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe!
You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot.
Odd. If he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? Von Karma is going to bring up DL6, you can bet on it! What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6? I won't let him!
Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know.
I know that! I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave.
I don't care! I know he's not guilty! Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest.
Mr. Grossberg, thank you.
I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim.
I understand. Police materials, That means we go back to... not here, but the Criminal Affairs Department. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi.
Ah, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe'll be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone.
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again.
Well, now, I can't have just anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma is in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's there.
Von Karma?
Yes, he just arrived actually.
Von Karma's in the records room. Nick, let's hurry!
This game has like a menu problem. Like just like selecting things and moving between things, it lags sometimes.
Dusty as always. We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they just haven't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. Von Karma.
Yes, but he left the drawer open.
Huh? One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking in it recently. The label says unsolved cases, evidence. Unsolved cases. Nick! The file for DL6, it's completely empty!
What? What are you doing in here?
Eek!
Oh wow, from the front he looks like a complete monster.
Von Karma!
You! How do you know my name?
Huh?
Have we met?
What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team.
Defense team? I beg your pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They are like bugs to me, needless things to be crushed.
I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor.
Oh, I don't know what I'm doing.
Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right?
A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father, always second-rate.
Mr. Von Karma, you had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you?
Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why?
Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record? So you did. But what I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival.
That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt.
His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean?
You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow.
We were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up DL6 in court tomorrow.
Dude, now is not the time to have breathing problems. Oh, wait. Well, I'm kind of going away, but also not really at all. Hey, let's present. Dude, I'm just never gonna drink grape cranberry juice again. Like, it every time. I don't know what the deal is. Or maybe it's root beer. I don't know, it's something. Hey, have you seen this letter from the safe?
Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder.
Ooh, it went away perfectly.
Oh, feels so good.
Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it.
So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter?
Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You've saved me from a lot of needless hassle.
What? Nick, what is that thing? A stun gun. For self-defense, usually.
Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence.
600,000?
Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it usually. Now, give me the letter.
No! No!
Whoa, what are you?
Nick, run! Maya!
Out of my way. Whoa! Yeah, dude, you really gotta stop showing people evidence they're gonna do this to you. Why don't you know this by now? Diva did it to you? Or D. Vasquez, I mean.
Ugh, he got us. The letter's gone, of course. And he took the DL6 evidence, all of it. Back to having no clues. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? Maya! Maya, open your eyes! Maya! The letter. Did he take it? Huh? Oh, yeah. Are you okay? I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or as a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now, when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. Maya! There has to be some way I can help her. I'd better do something about her self-confidence first. Huh? Maya, she's holding something. What is that? A bullet? DL6 incident, evidence number 7, taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him.
Still bears clear ballistic markings, taken from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. Was that the same gun then? That would be, huh? That's the only reason they would bring something like that up.
I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow.
The jury finds the defendant, Maya Fey, guilty of self-confidence. You are sentenced to 2 weeks of not feeling sorry for yourself. Case adjourned. Alright, let's do this. It's gonna be a long trial day, I'm sure. Like, we're not gonna get through it in this episode.
This is it. Judgment Day. Today, things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Whoa! What's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Whoa! What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge? Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Ooh, yeah, pal!
No. What's gotten into that girl?
Detective Gumshoe.
Morning, Mr. Edgeworth.
Good morning. How did it go, Detective?
Have no fear. As promised, we have captured our runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal.
Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired.
Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good.
Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm going to prove it.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready. Right, very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood.
Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says.
Very well, Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake from where we witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness, why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well, please begin your testimony. I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did, but I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, you see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So, my testimony yesterday stands as is. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm going to prove it. Really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. I'd call what you did running away and not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony and realized you were in danger. Now, Mr. Wright, there's no need to rush to conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony. He sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do. Von Karma and Yanni Yogi. But I wasn't running away or nothing. Then why did you leave? He's just about to say why. Is it so hard for you to just quietly listen when someone is talking? If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes. Food? Well, Polly is a bit of a gourmand, you see. She only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack? Well, I kind of got lost, you see. The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack. Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's going to believe that. I see. So he was lost. Please, Your Honor, come to your senses. Nothing to do with this incident anyhow. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yup. Seems like it. Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are! The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof. How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? That's impossible. Humph! I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue. And I don't got one. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do! You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible. I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case? Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case, and no motive. Both of these statements are lies!
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is?
Of course, Your Honor! Ho ho! Now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So, who is he? Don't play dumb, Von Karma.
Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name.
His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff.
Yogi? That name seems familiar.
Oh!
Yanni Yogi from the DL6 incident!
It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case.
But what does this mean?
Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness is Yanni Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago.
I see. That makes sense.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Huh? I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Why? The witness has no fingerprints. What? What? No fingerprints? You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yup. What? Yogi, you sneak! You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past!
Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity.
No! Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? Seems that the case has been decided, no? No! I know what happened! I know everything! I just can't prove it! But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one! Nick, what are we going to do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Dude, stop saying that. It's so annoying. Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief, Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot? What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to... You're on... Dude, I called this like 2 episodes ago. The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma up? On my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot.
Order! Order! Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma?
Need you even ask? This is a farce! I object! Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Well, if you're so desperate, then please, be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, still want to go through with your little game? Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor. This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard! Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so.
Bailiff, bring in the parrot. That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name? Name!
The witness is ignoring me. It must hurt to be ignored by a bird. Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please testify for us.
Hello, Squack.
Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well, begin your cross-examination.
Right. What are you going to do, Nick?
I don't know! What do we do, Maya?
Hmm.
I'm gonna press that parrot. Or no, I'm gonna present him with poly evidence. I don't know.
Hello, Squack.
Answers to the name Polly. I'm not sure I follow.
Why doesn't that work? Come on.
Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her.
Right, what do I say?
Maybe I should get her to say her name?
Polly, what's your name? Polly, Squack.
Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity?
Yes, it does.
Ha! Fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? Then show us this proof.
Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far?
Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... After his arrest, fiancée Polly Jenkins committed suicide? Why don't I know this? Did I never read this thing? Wow, I mean, there it is. The DO6 case file? That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on, then? Show us or stop wasting our time. Very well. Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to this parrot's name? Suspect data. It's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed, it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly! Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see. I guess that is possible. Bah, a mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old. I mean, he could be. Who knows what he's into? Indeed. Alone, it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Where am I going to find that?
Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we can just get one more piece of evidence.
Right. But what? Humph! Very well, witness. You may continue. Brr.
Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that her owner is Mr. Yogi.
Witness! You can't just say hello, because I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her, right? Okay, so we ask her another question. What's your name? What's the safe number? Have we forgotten something? As I recall, 2 days ago...
Polly, have we forgotten something? Squawk! Don't forget DL6, squawk! If I can get Polly to say that here, that will prove that the caretaker had something to do with DL6. Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello! Hello! Squawk! Huh? That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot something we forgot. Hello! Hello! Squawk! Uh-oh, it's not working, Nick. She won't say it. This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it?
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we'd forgotten anything? Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak to me.
Frankly, I can't believe that you're speaking to the parrot.
Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show... Yeah, okay.
Okay, I guess we'll ask her the other thing. You talk to her, right? What do I say? You say, what's the safe number?
Maybe I'll get her to say the number of that safe. Huh? The safe? Why? Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay? Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack? 1228! 1228!
My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker.
Actually, it does. Oh, yeah, 122. That's gotta be a date. 1228? Yes! December 28th. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it.
Ha! Ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number? Let's see, 1228. What's the thing that says 1228? After the scene of the murder, incident photo, no. Wouldn't say the number. Would it just be the file again then? Maybe date 1228, yeah, it's the case summary. Okay, yeah, got it. The DL6 case file? What is this obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to that safe number?
It's on the case summary page.
The case summary?
Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred.
The date of the incident, December 28. Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago.
And the number on that safe is 1228.
Ah,
he used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him.
I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates.
Bah, this is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I'm number 1. This has nothing to do with a date. Nothing.
That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here. Also, you probably shouldn't have told people that.
This is a mere coincidence, that's all.
True, that is a possibility. However, 2 coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me.
What are you saying?
Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately! Witness, tell us your name.
Wait! This witness, he doesn't remember! No, it's okay.
I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done.
Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years.
Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court.
My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court.
Order, order. Yanni Yogi, so was it you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death?
Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So, I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me.
We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then, this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. On Karma, where is Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent, in this case at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Woo! Oh my god, yeah, another one! Dude, oh my god, Phoenix Wright is so hot and he's so effective. Ah!
That is all. This court is adjourned. Did someone just say objection?
It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment.
What do you mean?
I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick, Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's gonna say he's guilty. He's gonna tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh, what do I do? The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst.
Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed.
That would be Larry.
We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. Oh damn, you know what that means. It's time to save the game. That's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.